So today we got the engine into the shop. It's ready to be installed. This is basically the engine that we pulled out of the 340, the one that's highly modified. So this got the Dynamic AutoWorks 6769 turbo, the Beamer Works manifold, the, what's that brand? DE fuel pump. It's got all the bells and whistles. So I'm thinking to just basically lower the car onto it. Oh my. Or not. Maybe we might just remove the rad support to make our lives easier. Since the radiators are already removed, we're gonna try to upgrade the radiator charge for the intercooler. Yeah, that's the plan for today. We'll see if that happens or not. I guess keep on watching and see. Then I guess we'll just let that hang in there. We're gonna remove the other fender liner real quick. Now we need to remove these three on both sides. Then we're gonna remove the headlight bracket up top. We're gonna, at first we're gonna unbolt these. Then we're gonna unscrew, we're gonna lower the car and then do whatever we can. Bracket. Okay, we're gonna stop that right there. And now we're gonna pull out the rad support. We just need to unbolt these two 13s on each side, and we're good. Easy money, easy money. I think we're gonna just remove the old AC pump from the B58 and try to squeeze it in. See how that goes. So we're gonna remove the serpentine belt, remove the pump again. We're going to just remove this pump. So removing the serpentine belt, removing the pump. For the AC pump to basically move out of there faster or easier. Yeah, you can see the AC pump is already free and we can easily now remove it. I'll just have to remove this plug. Much easier than the other one I was struggling with because I couldn't hit those brackets out with the radiators being in the way. So, yep. Here's your whole AC system basically. Okay, let's see. So I'm gonna try to lift up the engine. This thing's heavy. If you're still watching, please pause the video, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment. That would be much appreciated. It would help out this channel very much. So we're going to swap out the subframe. So I'm just going to secure the engine and drop the subframe. Whatever. I forgot to put a jack under the transmission. That's why it's going so bad. Let's secure that over there. So basically, you can see this is all the parts from the sedan 340. The driver's side suspension was all toast. I was so pumped to pull this engine, I didn't really even pay attention. And then once we put the subframe with the engine in, and I was screwing in these, I noticed that this subframe is toast. You can see the control arm got ripped out completely. So we secured the engine from the top. I'm going to remove the driver's side engine mount. We're going to remove the steering rack subframe out. Going to change the engine mounts and put the original subframe, or we'll inspect that one since there was suspension damage on that one also. It might be just better to replace it completely. So last bolt here, nut, and then we're good. Okay, so everything's removed out of the way. I will, well, besides that coilover on that side, we're gonna lower the whole suspension down. Okay, we're out. Nothing's in the way. So that's basically time. Just a sign for me to wrap up here. I spent a while feeding all the coolant lines because I did a mistake and I left some of the coolant lines from the 4-cylinder engine, and then I left all the coolant lines from the 6-cylinder, and then I was kind of confused what stays, what doesn't. So then while the subframe's out of the way, I traced them all. Some of them go along the frame rail, some of them go up top, and then I realized that I made a mistake, that I was trying to keep the AC pump and everything, the condenser, everything original from the 4-cylinder, not to have to refill it. But then after I did that, I realized that the AC lines are slightly different. They were kind of kinking up and I couldn't use them, so I had to change them. Then we changed the driver's side engine mount bracket. Now everything's as it should be, and we will lower the car, put the subframe back on, and button everything up. Dun 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 dun. Woo! It's in. Now everything else. We're gonna remove the engine support brace. Okay, so I am going to unscrew this suspension quarter. Obviously this aftermarket BC coilover is just gonna go on there temporarily, and then I'm gonna change it for a regular strut for it until I get a different set of coilovers or lowering springs. So as it was on the car, I didn't remove all this, so it's going to be a little bit harder to remove this tie rod, but actually the steering rack is still bolted on to the subframe, so it shouldn't be too difficult. But let's see. Okay. I'm gonna get a wrench a little later. Let's attack everything else from this corner here, from this side, I guess. Here, let's see. Maybe this foot-long extension is a little bit overkill, but I thought we're gonna remove it from the knuckle, so I need quite the extension there, but let's try to avoid disconnecting the knuckle. Okay, now it's almost Bluetooth. Let's see if I have a big enough wrench somewhere around here. Perfect, just big enough. And we have enough clearance to get this off here. This tie rod's still good, at least on that side. Let's see. So we're gonna put that suspension corner on and move on to the other side, because I forgot to put in the axle while I was lifting up the subframe. So I want to get at least one of the arms on, and then lower this table, get the strut up top lined up, lift it back up. So just to get this thing mounted. Okay, that's not going anywhere. We can screw that in. Now we out. Not just yet. Okay, we're gonna put this dust shield back on, but we're gonna put on okay. Okay. And now that one decides to disconnect. Very nice. How much? So, we're gonna tighten up the shock tower. As I said before, we are going to remove this and install stock suspension for now. So this is just going on temporarily to get it to roll. Unless I find coilovers in the meantime while it's still on the lift. So I'm just gonna start buttoning up everything. Then we're gonna try to put on the rad support. So everything's ready. All the coolant lines are routed. We have both of the coolers, auxiliary coolers ready. We're gonna get the radiator pack. I'm gonna mount it on the subframe, connect all the coolant lines, and then secure the radiator support, put on the headlights, secure everything. Currently all of the metal pieces for like the lower one are for a regular bumper. We will secure that, and then for now we'll just slap on a regular bumper. We have front, rear bumpers, M Sport already painted with side skirts. That's gonna go on in a different video with some other aesthetic stuff we're gonna put on the car. But for now, let's take care of the radiators. Okay, this one's on. Now we can secure the bumper reinforcement. Okay, Gucci game, Gucci game, Gucci game. So we're gonna connect this guy, whatever else is here. The headlight. Pa 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 da pa 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 da pa 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 pa. Would you look at that? It's going so fast. Look at that. Pop, 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 pop. So we're gonna have the camera, the parking sensors here. We're gonna have the fog light here. So we're gonna still need the bracket for the cooler. So that's gonna wait. That's gonna wait here. We're gonna change the brakes here in a minute. Let's go to the other side. We got the Allen now, and then we can take off the rotor. So we're installing some used rotors from the 340. So it's a 340 millimeter rotor and a 4-piston caliper. I think down the road we're gonna get these powder coated and new rotors, but for now, just getting these installed. It's quite the upgrade compared to the factory 330 BMW caliper. That would be your stock one, and that would be your upgrade. Ah! Ah! Pissed all over myself. I'm from your mother. Where are you from? So I tried to connect the drive shaft to the transmission, and on this car it doesn't have the track handling package. So different drive shaft. It doesn't bolt up to the transmission transfer case side. So this flange on the differential is different. I looked, the gear ratio is different. So we will remove the differential, everything out of the way to get it out, swap it out. That way it's all matching gearing between the whole powertrain, drivetrain. And in order to do that, we're just gonna remove the crossbar, all the plastics, some control arms to get the axle out, and that's about it. Then we're going to remove the two control arms to give it space for the axle to have space to go down. 18 mil on both sides. Just going to hold it up. So when you attack this guy, I want to just free up all these control arms first to have more space working on it. So we're going to remove the wheel to have access to the other. Okay, now we have access to this guy here. That's going to be a little bit more fun to put back in, because we're going to have to lower the car, put some weight onto the wheel for this to collapse. But that's a problem for later. So now we have more space for the axle. So for the top mount for the differential, you have to hold it with a 11 millimeter on the what's it called, reverse Torx here in the rear, and grab a 21 mil and yank it and unscrew it from here. So I'm just gonna unscrew this one. Just like I thought. Okay. So we're gonna remove this nut. Not so fast. Not so fast. This is it. Okay, I think it moved a little bit. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So I started removing the rear diff, and then I realized that the sway bar is different also. So I'm just going to remove the whole subframe, and we're gonna just roll in the other subframe from the 340 with the bigger sway bar, axles, bigger brakes, and the other diff, and basically save time that way. Something like that. Going down. So we have the rear subframe on the dolly. Basically, there's 2 reverse torques on both sides. We will unscrew those and lower the table. If everything went as planned, nothing's gonna break, and we're just gonna swap out the other one in. Okay, we didn't disconnect the brackets that go to the subframe over here, so I need to still do that. So basically, I forgot to unscrew this bracket here, so I'm removing the lower part of the fender liner to get to the other bolt that holds it. The other B58 I had the track handling package, so I didn't have to deal with any of this. The rear ends were the same, the brakes were upgraded, the sway bars were upgraded. So now, just a little bit more work, but yeah, just gonna get to it real quick. I have to remove the side skirts either way, so these gotta go either way. Ah! Easy. Now the same thing on the other side. Easy, easy money. Now, in with the new, like that. So, we are going to lift up the car a few more inches, that way the wheels can clear here. We're going to line up the rear axle, lift it up, and hopefully we did this for a reason, good reason. Then, gonna move forward to connecting the drive shaft